going in for landing.
Hey, Olivia.
Oh, hi.
What are you doing?
I'm just playing with my little airplane.
Oh, cool.
The Swag Express. It's the Swaggest Express of all the expresses. But anyways, I was wondering, like, how does it fly? Like, who holds the airplane when it, like, does someone, like, throw it really far? Like, they get, like, a really tall person. They get, like, what's that guy from the Goonies? Sloth. They get, like, Sloth to throw it. He's like, and then it goes really far. And then, like, when they want to stop, they just, like, they make everyone jump, and then it, like, slowly goes farther and farther down, and people keep jumping. And
They don't play baseball with airplanes.
wait, what?
Nobody holds the airplane.
But then how does it fly? Like, does someone just walk beside it all? Where are these people? I haven't been seeing people walking around. They get, like, giant ladders.
No.
Slingshots!
That's not how airplanes fly.
How do they fly then?
Well...
Learning. Possibly the coolest thing ever.
Filled with inventions and discoveries.
No, we're not some random adult about to give you a long, boring speech.
We're just two kids who are really passionate about education, and we want to share that passion and excitement with you guys.
Because believe it or not, science is really cool, and we're gonna unravel the mysteries of science together.
Just education.
From kid to kid. And that was really cheesy. Airplanes, they're pretty cool, right? There's multiple forces working on an airplane when it's in flight. There's thrust, lift, air resistance, and gravity. Thrust is coming from the engines. It's propelling the airplane forward throughout its flight. Because otherwise, like I said earlier, no one's just holding the airplane and walking beside it. Something has to move it. So the little engines are providing the thrust to move it forward. It's kind of like if you're sitting on a boogie board in a pool or in the ocean, and let's say you had a leaf blower, because, you know, everyone goes swimming with leaf blowers. So if you point the nozzle of the leaf blower behind you, it'll blow into the water and the air, causing the rest of you to go forward. So it's similar to what the engine of an airplane does, as it sucks air in through the front and propels it back behind it. Thrust is just the force that moves it forward. Lift is the force that moves it upward. Of course, no plane just goes straight up or forward. During takeoff, a plane sort of flies in a diagonal as it's going up. And lift comes partially from the placement of the wings. If the wings were just straight out to the side, then a plane would just go straight all the time.
There's also forces working against the plane. So that means there are some forces that just don't want the airplane to fly. But luckily, the aerodynamics and the way the airplane is built, it helps defeat those forces. This is air resistance, and that means as the plane is flying, there's air that's hitting the front of the plane. But one of those forces is drag or air resistance. If you were driving in a car and you stuck your hand out the window, you would feel air hitting your hand as the car is moving forward. And if you kept your hand flat like this, the air coming this way would eventually push your hand more backwards and backwards. But if you put your hand like this out the window, your fingers would pierce the air and it would just go around and your hand would stay flat. If the nozzle was just flat, then the air would be pushing against it and the plane would be being pushed back by the air, like your hand. But since it's like a cone, it's piercing through the air that's pushing against it. Like if you're going diving, if you just do a belly flop, you're just going to hit the water and you're going to float there for a little bit.
Ow.
But if you dive, you're making a triangle that's going to pierce through the water and you're going to go down a lot farther. If you can tell on an airplane, from the front, there's nothing straight on because they don't want to have that force pushing against them. So everything is either at like a thin angle or is pointed. Other force working against it is gravity, or weight. The way they defeat weight is they use a special type of material to make their planes called airfoil. And it's kind of like the material is made up of a bunch of tiny hexagons that are all smushed together, because that makes the material less dense, therefore making it weigh a little bit less. A force that really helps with gravity is lift. So the lift of the airplane really helps to counteract the force of gravity. As you can see, flight isn't just two giants throwing an airplane at each other. It's a lot more complicated, but it's quite fascinating if you think about it. So, you learned a lot today, didn't you?
Yeah. I'm gonna go play with my airplane now.
Alright. Alright, well, see you guys next week. Bye!
Welcome to Quick Facts. It's something we're going to have at the end of each of our episodes. This one is just going to be a little trick that I discovered on my own that I want to share with the people of the world. There you go. So this is one that I always had problems with when I was younger. I was never good at math, and I'm still not good at math. Ugh. But a trick that I learned that really helped me was how to find the half of odds. So let's take the number 5, right? So you need to find the half number of 5. It's really difficult to find a half number of an odd number because they're decimals and just, gets everywhere. So what you could do is subtract 1 from 5 and go to 4. So find the half of 4, which is 2. Now find the 1 that you subtracted from 5 earlier and divide that in half, which is 0.5. So 2.5 is half of 5. You can do this with any odd number. That was just my example.
Thank you.
See you later.